from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Tackled at the
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now it's Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll get 34 yards there. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
37.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Here's 2nd and 8. And down he goes. They sack him back.
Tackled back at the
And no matter what the
41-yard line.
situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
3-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Jackson going to tuck it down on the option. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll move the chains. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Steelers 7, Ravens nothing.
yards. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Justin Tucker.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit? A big seam, and he might go all the way. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
Chris Boswell.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And he returns this to the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And 15.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. To corral him, he fights through. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's counter. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
3rd down and 4.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will have a Steelers first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Right back to him on first down. He picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 16 yards, a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
First down, he'll drop to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Ravens 17-yard.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
He'll try and run for it with Connor. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Buying time to, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That's taken it around the 40. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense. With 2 guys going up for the football, which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt. The will as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. Taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
It's 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And down he'll go at the 25. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. Minkah Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Number 36.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well, and if they can put a score on the board, hey, they could get back in it in a hurry.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Oh, look at the juke. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
26 Mike, 26 Mike.
Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
26 Mike. We go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. All day, just like that, just like that.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Watch a slap, watch a slap.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Oswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Jackson, he's going to keep it himself. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
First down.
They go play action with Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Jackson from the shotgun. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Jackson's pass.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
Jackson.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Again, Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Jackson.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Edmonds on the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll run here with Dobbins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens get a bit closer. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. From the gun, Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line, quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it.
Onside kick.
The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Ravens.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check the
They'll drop to throw. Ebron caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Ravens' 28-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, now this from 43. And Boswell's kick is good. And it will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 31, Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Complete to number 39. A 4-yard pickup on
just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. He's going to let it fly. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Here's Connor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
I had to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is Week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football, where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play and maybe the start.